Today, I'm finally exploring Polyend Tracker MIDI sequencing. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, and welcome to my first ever patron request video. So this video topic was requested by my wonderful patron, Jackson Lundquist. If you'd like to request a video, simply head over to patreon.com/freebeat and sign up at the expensive beat tier. That's going to let you request one video per month, as well as give you access to a whole bunch of other rewards, like our private Discord server, weekly behind-the-scenes vlogs, all my released music, and more. So thank you again, Jackson, for the support. I hope you enjoy this video. So believe it or not, this is something I have never done before. I have never used the Polyend Tracker to sequence any of my external gear. The reason being is that I don't really like setting it all up and then taking it all down. Let me see if I can pull the camera out any further. Not really. There is a whole mess of cables right off camera here, and it was just really like stressing me out to set all this up. I don't like, connecting a whole bunch of stuff all over the place, and then trying to figure out all the right MIDI settings and stuff like that. And the reason for that is because I don't have a ton of room. This is my main filming desk. When I'm done with this setup, I'm going to have to take it all down and put everything away. If I had a permanent setup, I would probably try to do these things a lot more, but I just don't, so that's the real reason I haven't really done one of these. I don't like doing these videos that require hours of setup time when I'm just going to take it down when I'm done, It just really stresses me out and makes for not a very fun experience. However, I pushed through and finally got this all set up. I actually did this last night so I could wake up this morning fresh and just make sure everything's working and then go for it. So let me explain to you the setup. I've got the Polyend Tracker here. I've got MIDI out of the Polyend Tracker going into the back of the Microfreak, into the MIDI in. Then I have MIDI out of the Microfreak coming out into the adapter and going into the MIDI in on the Korg Volca drum. So I've got MIDI through on the Microfreak. So MIDI out of the tracker into the Microfreak, then out of that into the Volca drum. The Microfreak's on channel 10, the Volca drum is on channel 1. Then I'm actually running audio out of the Microfreak into the line in on the Microfreak, and I'm using the line in channel. Whoop, I was already there. The line in channel. As well as the sends to the delay and reverb on the Polyend Tracker itself. So yeah, all the audio for the Microfreak is coming through the tracker. The audio out of the Volca drum is just going straight into my LiveTrack L12, which is my audio interface / recorder, just, for all my audio here on the channel. So if I go to instrument here on the Polyend Tracker and use the jog wheel, I can select my 16 different MIDI channels. So like I said, on MIDI channel 1, I've got the Volca drum, but let's pop down to MIDI channel 10 here, where I have the Microfreak. You can clearly hear the Microfreak is being played by the tracker. Awesome. And then I'll go to MIDI channel 1. There we go. And now we can tell that I'm playing the Volca drum here. And I'm actually running the Volca drum in single channel mode. I could run it in multi-channel mode, but I wanted to keep things simple for the video. So now we're pretty much good to just sequence like normal. So let's get a 4 on the floor kick drum going here, which is just this note right here. So I'll set step jump to 4, and we'll go 32 steps, sure. There we go. Just like that, we are sequencing the Volca drum. Nice and easy. Let's pop over to channel 2 now, and we could put a snare drum down there because remember, since we're on a tracker, each step can be its own instrument. Or we could also go back to channel 1 and put a hi-hat in on the offbeats there. Let's go back to the end and put 2 in there. There we go. There we go. Cool. I'm going to bring my tempo down a bit. That's a bit fast. 112, sure. Now let's go to track... I guess we're on track 4. For some reason I started on track 3. Not sure why. Let's go put a snare drum in now on 2 and 4 here. Let me... We'll use this sound here. Okay. Now, they're not playing together, the kick and the snare, and I'm guessing that's because we probably have a choke group set up here. Yeah, let's try again. That's much better. There we go, yeah. Cool. Okay, now let's go to track 5 and do a melody here on the Microfreak. So for that, we're going to go Instrument, MIDI channel 10. Yeah, I can really see how this would be very, very powerful if you had like a permanent setup and the tracker was the brain and you just wanted to use your external gear. We'll get into MIDI CCs in just a second, but yeah, I can definitely see how this could be very cool. Yeah, sure. We'll just do something super basic like that. We'll just mute the reverb and delay for now. There we go. I could play this in live, or we can just sequence it. I'll just sequence it. Okay, let's have a listen. There we go. Let's bring back some of our delay and reverb. Okay, that works out pretty well for me. I want to sync the delay. Don't know why it's off. There we go. So let's talk MIDI CCs, because just sequencing the gear is cool, and then, you know, physically manipulating the controls. However, making the Polyend Tracker sequence those controls for us is way cooler. So the way MIDI CCs work on the Polyend Tracker is actually pretty cool. You get 8 CCs per instrument, per MIDI channel, sorry. And you can use either of your 2 effect slot per track to control those CCs. Now, the way we set those up is by going into a MIDI instrument. So in this case, we'll go to MIDI channel 10, press instrument parameters, and now here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, you get 6 CCs per MIDI track, but we can see those here, and I can hold it down and then change the value of that MIDI CC. So I've got CC-A set to 23, which is the filter cutoff of the Microfreak, and CC-83 set to CC-B, which is the resonance, I believe. I hope that's right. Now, if we hold down instrument and go back down to channel 1, which is the Volca drum, I actually have the first 4 CCs set to 116, 117, 118, and 119. 116 we're not going to use. It's the actual wavetable model, or not waveguide model, sorry, so either tube or string. But 117, 118, and 119 are the controls for the waveguide resonator on the Volca drum, which is how you get some of those really weird, cool, kind of plonky and very different kind of metallic-y sounds out of it. So we will definitely be sequencing that with the MIDI CCs. So here we are on track 3, which is MIDI channel 1, which is the Volca drum. Remember, all of these can be different per step too. So we're going to go to Effect 1 here, and I'm going to Shift and up to highlight the whole row and go to Fill. Now's when we can really start using the Polyend Tracker's amazing sequencer to do some pretty cool stuff. Under Effects Type, I'm going to go down. We're going to start with MIDI CC B, okay? Fill Type, we're going to go Random, and sure, we'll go from 0 to 127. We can go and do that on every step. For some really wacky stuff, sure, we'll go every step. Click fill. Now, anything that's sent to the waveguide resonator will have I believe it's decay that's set to that that CC there. We'll have the decay changing every time. But we can actually do that to another step too. In fact, I actually want to change this to MIDI C, MIDI CC, which I believe is body. So I'm going to fill that in. And then we're going to go to effect slot 2 and do a fill there. Except we're going to go MIDI CC D, which is the tone. Sorry, tune. Now what we can do is actually go through the different pieces of our kit and adjust the send to the waveguide resonator. So we'll take our hi-hat, we'll max it out, max out our snare drum, and we'll max out the kick too. Let's hit play now. That's pretty cool. Now, that's pretty extreme, and that's kind of what I wanted to show you. I wanted to give you something that'd be super easy to hear. However, it also kind of showcases one of the weaknesses of the tracker, and that's that you only get 2 effect slot per track. I wish we had a 4, or even 3, because I would probably adjust the send amount as well, and then we could do that per each individual piece of the kit. That would be really, really cool, I think. And of course, only having 2 means that we don't have any room left for adjusting something like chance or roll or any of the tracker's internal effect type stuff. So, you know, things like tempo, swing, micro move, chance, roll, random note. There's a lot of stuff that just applies like generically that doesn't need an internal instrument on the tracker, and we can't use any of that if we've got both CC slots, taken up. Okay, so let's play with some CCs on the Microfreak now. So we will go over to track 5, which is again where we had our Microfreak. I'm going to go shift and up to highlight the whole effects row there. Turn on record mode, press fill. We're on CC A. Okay, that's where we want to be. That's the filter cutoff. Now I want to go random, and we're going to go from 55 to 127. That's going to be our value of the filter cutoff. I don't want it to get too low and just have it completely, cut off. We're going to go each step. That's fine. Click fill. Let's have a listen. I'm going to go ahead and actually turn down the volume on the Volca drum here so you can just hear what's going on with the Microfreak. That's pretty cool. Let's also fill in the resonance now. So that's going to be CCB I set it up for. And we'll go every step, sure. And we'll go random. And we'll go from 0 to 127. Here we go. Let's have a listen. That really doesn't do too much for me. Rather than having it like right there. Let's set up one more CC really quick. Let's go to CCC here, and we're going to set it to number 9, which is the type knob for the oscillator type on the Microfreak. I'm not sure what the increments are here between switching, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know how this is going to work, but if it works, it could be pretty cool because it's going to be randomly switching between oscillator types. So fill 0 to 127, and we said we're on CC type C now. Every step, yeah, sure. All right, here we go. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. that's pretty cool. Okay, I get it. I get the power here. The Polyend Tracker is a beast, an absolute beast at MIDI sequencing. I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what's possible here, and I can already tell. In fact, more so than any other time I've set up several different pieces of gear all at the same time with a rat's nest of cables behind them and everything, this time has made me actually want to try and find space for a permanent setup like this with all my gear set up, ready to go at a moment's notice, because I totally understand the appeal of this now. I wish there were 2 more effect slots on the Polyend Tracker. I really, really do. I think that would be so cool. You know, like I said, there's so many awesome effects on here, even just for the sequencer itself, rhythmically, you know, things like chants and micro timing and all of that. I would love at least 1 more, but 2 more effects columns would be amazing on the Polyend Tracker, definitely. This also has me wanting to invest in something like a 1010 Blue Box or something for that kind of setup. You know, a compact, more 1/8" based or 3.5mm based mixer for all this kind of gear. Could be a cool thing. Maybe I'll do a video on that in the future if I can manage to get my hands on one. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. I totally get it. I don't really want to take this setup down, but I have to because I've got more videos to make. But I'm going to keep this in mind because I might be setting it up in the future. I've got sort of a secondary desk space that I'm beginning to think about working on and possibly revamping the studio. I don't know. It's been a while since we've remodeled. So actually, I don't think we've ever remodeled here. It might be in the works. Stay tuned. Anyway, thank you so very much, Jackson, for the support over on patreon.com/freebeat. Thank you for the video request. I actually got a lot out of this. This was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to do it again. So again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for watching this video. If you did happen to enjoy it, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you know where the dislike button is. Either way, though, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.